and unlock $400,000 of profits. Welcome to another coffee session. Today's topic will be finances regarding buying a condo in Singapore. So you have found a property that you like, $1 million, and you want to buy it now. What do? Just call your property agent. The first thing you need to know is how much you can borrow. It's very simple. Google DBS Home Loan, click on the link, click on the type of property that you are buying, and apply now. The whole form will take less than 5 minutes to complete. Of course, you can use other local banks such as OCBC, UOB, or any other bank. In Singapore, we have a monetary policy called LTV, or Loan to Value. The maximum loan that you can borrow to finance for your property is capped at 75% for your first property. Meaning if the purchase price is $1 million, you can only borrow up to $750,000 to finance for it. We also have another monetary policy called TDSR, or Total Debt Servicing Ratio. The maximum debt servicing is 60% of your monthly income. So if your monthly income is $10,000, your mortgage plus all your other installments will be capped at $6,000. The remaining 25% will be called your down payment. 20% will have to be in CPF or cash. Meaning if the price is $1 million, $200,000 have to be paid in CPF. If you don't have that $200,000 in your CPF, then you have to top it up with cash. And the remaining 5%, which is $50,000 for $1 million property, will have to be in cash. But there's more. Buyer's stamp duty is a kind of tax paid on documents signed, which is 1% for the first $180,000, 2% for the next $180,000, 3% for the next $640,000, and 4% for everything onwards. You can pay stamp duty with your CPF. If you think this table is too complicated, I have a simple formula that works every single time. For properties 1 million and below, take 3% of the purchase price and minus off $5,400. For properties that are more than $1 million, take 4% of the purchase price and minus off $15,400. I tried this 50,000 times and it still works today. So now that you have collected your keys, congratulations, you are a proud owner of a property. It's time to pay taxes. The tax rate is different for owner-occupied homes and if you rent it out. But for a $1 million property, it will be around $120 a month. How about maintenance fees? In every condo, there is MCFD that manages the facilities. You will be charged anywhere starting from $200 a month to $500 a month, depending on the size and location of your property. Now that we've covered almost all the costs and expenses, let's find out whether renting is a good way to invest. Let's use The Clift as an example. This condo launched in 2006 and completed in 2011. Today, a one-bedroom costs roughly $1 million. Your down payment is $50,000 in cash and $200,000 in CPF. Buyer stamp duty $24,600 and a lawyer fee of $3,000, both paid with your CPF. The bank approved your loan for $750,000, and at today's interest rate of 1.5% and a loan tenure of 30 years, your mortgage works out to be $2,588. What? Let's see how much we can rent it out for today. Wow, in April alone, the highest rent is $3,500 and the lowest rent is $2,750. So let's take the average of $3,125, minus the mortgage of $2,588, maintenance fee of $230, property tax of $150, that leaves you with a positive cash flow of $157. If you buy this property today and you rent it out, you don't have to worry about the mortgage because someone will be paying that for you and saving that $1 million for your retirement. But wait, I want to highlight something very important here.
This condo launched in 2006.
These guys bought the property for around $600,000 15 years ago, meaning their mortgage is not $2,588 but $1,553. And if they're using $1,200 of their CPF OA to pay for the monthly mortgage, the positive cash flow for the first owners of the Clift works out to be $2,392 a month. They choose to continue renting it out. It's a passive income of $2,392. And if they choose to sell it anytime, they can unlock $400,000 of profits. In hindsight, anyone can say that this is a good investment. But if we turn the clock back to 2006, at $600,000, this one-bedroom unit was selling at the price of the most expensive 5-room HDB in Singapore. Also, right after buying this property in 2006, there was a housing bubble in 2008, followed by a series of cooling measures in 2013. At each of those stages, Would the same property that we just mentioned earlier be considered a good investment? The truth is, a good property will always be expensive, but the fundamentals are timeless and will definitely set you free. This is the end of today's coffee session. Let me know in the comments whether you think timing is important when it comes to buying a property. I'm Kelvin, and let's have coffee another time.